There's a new concern this election: hacking. Homeland Security officials say there have been hacking attempts on election systems in more than 20 states this year. Hackers who are possibly Russian have gone after voter registration databases and other online systems. They have not breached any voting or vote counting machines that will be used on November 8th. Today on Upfront, we're looking at election security and asking what's being done to safeguard it. We're joined now by Mike Haas, the administrator for the Wisconsin Elections Commission, and he's at our Madison affiliate, WKOW-TV. Mike Haas, it's good to have you on the program. First of all, let me begin by asking you whether Wisconsin has seen any signs of anyone trying to hack into either our voter registration database or even election machines here.
No, it's good to be with you, Mike. We have not seen that in Wisconsin. We have a lot of security provisions in place both at the federal and state level, and we have been assured that our voter registration system has not been hacked. There's not been an attempt to hack into it. As you noted, there are a couple states, Arizona and Illinois specifically, who have had their voter registration systems hacked into.
Is that the greatest concern, Mike, the voter registration database?
That's one of the concerns. I think we look at preparing for this election. As you mentioned, there's been a lot of talk about hacking and rigging elections. It is something a little bit fairly new. The voter registration system contains information about all Wisconsin voters, their voter registration information, their voter participation. Somebody hacking into that system, potentially it might affect the printing of poll books. But as I said, I think that we are well prepared to secure that information for the election.
You mentioned that you think you're prepared. Have you been working with Homeland Security to address this?
Exactly. We are in a partnership with many state and federal agencies. We hosted a few weeks ago a meeting with representatives of the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, our Department of Justice in Wisconsin, along with the Department of Administration, which hosts and provides security for all of our IT applications. They have scanned our systems, as has Homeland Security, and assured us that everything is in order. But we wanted to meet to get everybody on the same page, to establish contacts and protocol in case there are any incidents that need to be coordinated on Election Day.
How much responsibility will be on the shoulders of the clerks, the election clerks, on election night, for instance?
Well, Wisconsin has a very decentralized election administration system. We have 1,854 municipal clerks. They're responsible for conducting the election in each municipality. Everything from recruiting poll workers, making sure the voting equipment is in place and programmed and secure, and securing the ballots and on election night and transmitting results to the county clerks.
So let's break this into two parts. There are the concerns about the voter registration database, but on election night, we keep hearing talk about could vote counts somehow be compromised by hackers. What's your response to that?
We have a couple of characteristics in Wisconsin that help prevent things like that occurring. One is, as I mentioned, it's a very decentralized system. Yeah. We have a number of voting systems in place in Wisconsin. So that decentralization helps to prevent against a coordinated attack. The other important point to keep in mind is that voting equipment is not connected to the internet. It would take somebody having physical access to the voting equipment and the actual memory devices that that tally the votes and keep the voting totals. And there are procedures in place for the election workers, the poll workers, to make sure that that equipment is secured all the way up to the election and on Election Day.
Mike Haas, you've been involved in helping administer Wisconsin elections for some time. You know this turf. Give me your sense of where we are at this moment in our history. Is this sort of the brave new world, this fear of hacking, or is it something that's been talked about for a while now?
You know, I think it's been talked about in the last couple of election cycles, but this is certainly the most high profile that this issue has been. It's at the top of every election administrator's list for preparing, and that's the best we can do, is prepare our systems, prepare our staff, prepare clerks, and prepare voters for a smooth Election Day. And election administrators, election professionals wear a lot of hats. One of them is to make sure that IT functions are working smoothly and that everything is secure. And it is a new phenomenon to be worrying about possible foreign actors affecting an election. But as I said, I think that we are as prepared as we can be in Wisconsin.
Mike Haas is the administrator for the Wisconsin Elections Commission. We appreciate your time today. Thanks very much for being with us.
Good to be with you, Mike.
And our editorial partner, WisPolitics.com, has coverage of the voter ID case heard in federal court last week. You'll find it on the election blog at WisPolitics.com. Coming up next, a tighter race for U.S. Senate in Wisconsin as we head into the final debate.